Angola, a sprawling nation on the southwestern coast of Africa, stretches from the lush Kongo River basin in the north to the arid Kalahari Desert in the south. Its long Atlantic coastline has been a gateway for both opportunity and profound sorrow throughout its complex history. This extensive territory has been home to diverse peoples for millennia. Rivers Highlands' natural resources, each contributing to a story of resilience and transformation. The nation's history is not a simple, linear tale, but a deeply layered narrative of powerful indigenous kingdoms, disruptive foreign contact, brutal exploitation, a protracted struggle for freedom, a difficult, ongoing journey toward peace and national identity. Understanding Angola requires tracing this path from its ancient roots to its modern challenges. The geography of Angola itself has profoundly shaped its destiny. Coastal plains where European ships first made landfall centers of trade and conflict. The distinction between the coast and the interior would become a recurring theme. Long before the name Angola appeared on any map, the lands it now encompasses were a mosaic of thriving societies and organized states. Among the most significant was the Kingdom of Kongo, a centralized monarchy with a complex political structure. The Manikongo, or king, presided over provincial governors and local officials. Further south, in the highlands around the Kwanza River, the Kingdom of Ndongo began to assert its influence. The rulers held the title Angola, the origin of the modern name Angola. Ndongo was a regional power, known for skilled blacksmiths and a formidable military. In the late 15th century, the course of Angolan history was forever changed by the appearance of Portuguese caravels on its Atlantic horizon. The explorer Diogo Cao made first contact when he reached the mouth of the Congo River in 1483. This initial encounter with the Kingdom of Kongo was not one of immediate conquest, but of cautious engagement. The Portuguese sought trade and spread Christianity, founding Luanda in 1576 as their southern hub. However, their economic interests quickly shifted to a devastating commodity: human beings. Forts and firearms altered politics, empowering collaborators and undermining resistors. The transatlantic slave trade, which intensified from the 16th century and lasted for over 300 years, the darkest chapter in Angola's history. The region became one of the largest sources for the Americas, with Luanda and Benguela as epicenters. Human beings were treated as cargo, branded, and packed for the torturous Middle Passage. European demand fueled wars for captives, incentivized by guns, alcohol, and manufactured goods. Alliances shattered, communities destroyed, and economies crippled by the drain of young men and women. Queen Nzinga of Ndongo and Matamba famously led decades of resistance that could only slow the trade. Even after abolition, demographic loss, social trauma, and economic devastation haunted the region. This long, brutal period reshaped societies, creating fragmented conditions that invited formal colonization. This was a human catastrophe whose effects echoed for generations. The scramble for Africa compelled European powers to prove occupation, and Portugal pushed inland to conquer Angola. Angola became a settler colony with an extractive economy and forced labor under a rigid racial hierarchy. Diamonds and, most significantly, oil enriched Portugal and settlers, while most Angolans remained impoverished. Cultural practices were suppressed and assimilation offered to very few, sowing the seeds of resistance. The desire for self-determination grew into an armed struggle in the early 1960s. The People's Movement for the Liberation of Angola, MPLA, led by Agostinho Neto, had Marxist-Leninist leanings and Soviet and Cuban backing. The FNLA, led by Holden Roberto, drew strength from the Bakongo, was anti-communist, and backed by the United States and Zaire. UNITA, formed by Jonas Savimbi, held the Central Highlands and East, rooted among the Ovimbundu. The War of Independence began in 1961 and became a grueling guerrilla conflict. Portugal's Carnation Revolution in 1974 sped decolonization, and Angola declared independence on November 11, 1975. On the very day of independence, Angola plunged into civil war as MPLA, UNITA, and FNLA turned their guns on each other. Global superpowers intervened. The MPLA received Soviet and Cuban support. UNITA was backed by the United States and apartheid South Africa. For 27 years, foreign weapons fueled a devastating war that wrecked roads, bridges, towns, and littered fields with landmines. Millions were displaced, and an estimated 500,000 killed as the nation's social fabric was torn apart. Oil and diamond wealth financed weapons instead of schools and hospitals. The war ended in 2002 after the death of Jonas Savimbi, followed by a swift ceasefire. In peace, reconstruction surged, powered by oil, rebuilding vital infrastructure. Yet deep challenges remain: poverty, corruption, inequality, and psychological scars. The journey toward a stable and prosperous future is long and arduous.